Dear students, in our previous lecture of chemical properties of haloalkanes and haloarenes, I told you that the reactivity order is alkyl iodide are more reactive than alkyl bromide, which are more reactive than alkyl chloride and alkyl fluoride. We started with some of the common chemical properties of haloalkanes and haloarenes. Out of those, we discussed with you the two properties last time. That was the reduction reaction and the reaction with metal. Now the third very important properties of haloalkanes and haloarenes are nucleophilic substitution reactions. Before we start discussing nucleophilic substitution reaction, we must understand what is nucleophile. You have studied this in the class 11th also. What are nucleophiles? The reagent that brings an electron pair is called as a nucleophile. So nucleophile are basically nucleus loving species. They attack the center of low electron density. That means they must either be negatively charged or they may be the species with lone pair of electrons. So the reagent that brings an electron pair is a nucleophile. It may either be negatively charged or electron rich species. What does it mean? That is, nucleus loving groups or species are called as a nucleophile. Nucleophile may either be negatively charged, such as Cl negative ion, Br negative ion, I negative ion, hydroxide ion, cyanide ion, NH2 negative ion, alkoxide, that is ethoxide ion, etc. You see over here, they are negatively charged species. So when they attack the substrate must be positively charged. That means they are nucleus loving species. Now, the reactions nucleophilic substitution reactions is the next chemical property of the haloalkanes and haloarenes. What are nucleophilic substitution reactions? All those reactions in which the strong nucleophile substitute a weak nucleophile are called as a nucleophilic substitution reactions. As for example, just see over here, this is haloalkane. This X over here is a weak nucleophile, whereas this Nu over here, suppose, is a strong nucleophile. So when the nucleophilic substitution reaction will take place, this Rx bond or ARX bond will cleave, and this strong nucleophile will substitute over here, resulting in the formation of a product which is RNU, and the weak nucleophile will be given out over here. So what are nucleophilic substitution reaction? Those substitution reactions in which the strong nucleophile substitute a weak nucleophile are called as a nucleophilic substitution reactions. Now as far as the nucleophilic substitution reactions are considered, haloalkane shows various types of a nucleophilic substitution reactions, or alkyl halide shows various types of a nucleophilic substitution reaction. I have tried to represent the nucleophilic substitution reactions of haloalkanes with the help of a flow chart, where this R is a alkyl group, X is a halo group, it may be chloro, bromo or iodo group. Now this alkyl halide, when made to react with aqueous solution of potassium hydroxide, what will happen? This Rx bond will cleave. OH is a stronger nucleophile. It will substitute X negative ion, which is a weaker nucleophile, and will result in the formation of alcohols. Nucleophilic substitution reaction is a major concept of this chapter. The conceptual part of this will be discussed in detail in the future lectures of this chapter. But today we are trying to understand what are nucleophilic substitution reaction. So when alkyl halide is made to react with aqueous solution of potassium hydroxide, this Rx bond will cleave. The strong nucleophile, which is OH negative ion, will substitute the X negative ion and result in the formation of alcohol. The point to be noted over here is this reaction is a property of haloalkane, but becomes a method of preparation of our alcohol. So when we discuss the next chapter, which will be alcohol phenol ether, this will become one of the method of preparation of alcohol. Here it becomes a property of alkyl halide, and what mechanism? Nucleophilic substitution reaction mechanism. Now this alkyl halide, when made to react with alkoxide ion over here, just see over here, what is this? Alkoxide ion over here. So when it react with alkoxide ion, what will happen? X negative will be replaced by OR and it will result in the formation of ether molecule. So this is the property of alkyl halide and a method of preparation of ether. So alkyl halide can be converted to ether when the nucleophilic substitution reaction occurs and the nucleophile is a alkoxide ion. When the nucleophile is a OH negative ion, it will result in the formation of alcohol. One point is to be noted, by this method, depending upon this R dash, if these two R dash group are same, it will result in the formation of symmetrical ether, where both alkyl groups are same. But if R and R dash group are different, it will result in the formation of unsymmetrical ether. Now, if we want to prepare only the symmetrical ether, we can carry out the reaction. This alkyl halide is made to react with a silver oxide. Silver oxide is Ag2O. So it will result in the formation of ethers, and those ethers will be called as a symmetrical ethers. And silver halide will be given out. So alkyl halide can be converted into alcohol, it can be converted into ethers. The mechanism of the reaction will be a nucleophilic substitution reaction. When made to react with aqueous solution of potassium hydroxide, it forms alcohol. When made to react with alkoxide ion, it will result in the formation of ether. As for example, suppose if I say I take this reaction, we take over here ethyl chloride, and ethyl chloride is made to react with a sodium methoxide. Just see over here, this is sodium methoxide. What will happen over here? This Cl will be substituted by this OCH3 group, and what will be the product formed over here? It will be Ca2H5O and then CH3 plus NaCl will be given out over here. So what reaction is this? This is the nucleophilic substitution reaction. So this will be what product? This will be ethyl methyl ether. Similarly over here in the first reaction, if you take ethyl chloride, and this ethyl chloride is made to react with potassium hydroxide, which is aqueous. So it will result in the formation of ethyl alcohol, and potassium chloride will be given out. Hopefully you are understanding what I want to teach over here. So haloalkanes can be converted into alcohol. As for example, we have done with ethyl chloride. When made to react with aqueous solution of potassium hydroxide, it results in the formation of alcohol. Similarly, ethyl chloride, when made to react with sodium methoxide, it will result in the formation of a ether compound over here. Now the third reaction is when alkyl halide is made to react with potassium hydrogen sulfide. What will happen in this case? This is a nucleophile, SS negative. This is a positive part. So this bond will be cleaved from here, SH will substitute over here, and this will result in the formation of a compound which will be called as a thioalcohol. So again, what mechanism? Nucleophilic substitution reaction mechanism. Now look at this reaction. Alkyl halide. These are two very, very important reactions over here, which are normally asked in the board examination. This is very important reaction. If any alkyl halide is made to react with potassium cyanide, the nucleophile will be Ca negative ion. It will result in the formation of alkyl cyanide. When alkyl halide is made to react with silver cyanide, the C over here, it is AgCN. What will happen? It will result in the formation of alkyl isocyanide. This is one of the very important questions which will be asked in the board examination. But before I discuss that, you just understand over here that haloalkanes are converted into cyanides. Haloalkanes are converted into isocyanide. So this becomes a method of preparation of cyanide and isocyanide. Now in the board examination, the question will be asked, explain or give reason why with potassium cyanide, cyanides are obtained, while with silver cyanide, alkyl isocyanide is obtained. So for this, you must understand something about the ambident nucleophile. As studied in the class 11th also, what are ambident nucleophile? A nucleophile which can attack the molecule at more than one site. That means it have a more than one attacking site on the substrate molecule. They are called as a ambident nucleophile. Two very common ambident nucleophile in the syllabus will be a cyanide ion and a nitrite ion. Why these are ambident nucleophile? Because they may attack the substrate molecule either through through more than one site. As for example, if I say cyanidine, just look at the structure of cyanidine over here. What is the valency of nitrogen? 3. So there are 3 triple bonds. What is the valency of carbon? 4. So this will be 3 bond and a negative charge. Now on the nitrogen atom, there is a lone pair of electron. To satisfy the valency of carbon, there is a negative charge. So it may attack through carbon. Or if you may go for the resonating structure, you may see over here the negative charge is on the nitrogen. So it may also attack through the nitrogen over here. So what I mean to say, the attack of a cyanide may take place through carbon, or attack of a cyanide may take place through nitrogen. Now, when alkyl halide is made to react with potassium cyanide, alkyl cyanides are formed as discussed over here also. What is the reason for this? Because it would have attack from nitrogen or it would have attack from carbon. The reason being, potassium cyanide is an ionic compound. So when it is an ionic compound, so attack may occur through carbon as well as through nitrogen, because nitrogen was also having a lone pair, carbon was having a negative charge. But since when the attack takes place, there were 2 possibilities, either the formation of carbon-carbon bond or carbon-nitrogen bond. Since carbon-carbon bond is more stronger bond than that of a carbon-nitrogen bond, that is why when the attack occurs by KCN, that is an ionic compound, it will result in the formation of alkyl cyanide as a major product over here. You may see over here, as for example, if you write down this reaction, that ethyl chloride when made to react with potassium cyanide, what will be the product obtained over here? It will result in the formation of ethyl cyanide and potassium chloride will be given out over here. Why the cyanides are formed? Although there was a possibility of forming both the cyanides and isocyanide, because in this case the carbon-carbon bond is more stronger as compared to carbon-nitrogen bond. A question which has been asked in the board examination earlier also, and is always a word coming question in the board examination. So remember, what are ambident nucleophile and why when KCN attacks on the alkyl halide, alkyl cyanides are formed, because the carbon-carbon bond is a stronger bond as compared to carbon-nitrogen bond. Now look at this reaction. When the same alkyl halide is made to react with AgCN, it will result in the formation of alkyl isocyanide. Why the difference? With KCN, alkyl cyanides are obtained, whereas with AgCN, alkyl isocyanides are obtained. Just see over here, the alkyl halide when made to react with AgCN, it will result in the formation of alkyl isocyanide and AgX. You may easily ask, so why not the cyanides over here? Why the isocyanides over here? The reason is very simple. AgCN is predominantly a covalent compound. When it is a covalent compound, so definitely it cannot occur through carbon, as it does not have a negative charge. So from where it can attack? Only through nitrogen, as nitrogen have a lone pair of electrons. So when the attack occurred through nitrogen site of a cyanide group, it will result in the formation of alkyl isocyanide. So hopefully you must have understand why the KCN cyanides are formed, because when attack occurred through carbon, the carbon-carbon bond is a stronger bond than that of a carbon-nitrogen bond, and KCN was a ionic compound. But when attack occurred through AgCN, AgCN is a covalent compound, so there is no other way but to attack by the nitrogen atom, as it contains the pair of electrons over here. So it will result in the formation of alkyl isocyanide. But what mechanism does it follow? It will follow a nucleophilic substitution reaction mechanism. So alkyl halide when made to react with aqueous KOH, what is formed? Alcohol. Alkyl halide when made to react with alkoxide ion, as for example sodium methoxide ion, what are formed? Ether. To prepare a symmetrical ether, 2 molecules of alkyl halide is made to react with silver oxide, and this will result in the formation of a symmetrical ether. With potassium hydrogen sulfide, it results in the formation of thioalcohol. And what was the nucleophile over here? It was SH negative. Now this alkyl halide when react with KCN, it results in the formation of alkyl cyanide. The reason for being is been explained to you. When alkyl halide is made to react with silver cyanide, it will result in the formation of alkyl isocyanide. Similarly over here, when the reaction occurs through potassium nitrite, KNO2 or AgNO2. Again, when alkyl halide react with KNO2, it will result in the formation of alkyl nitrite. But when the attack occurs through AgNO2, it will result in the formation of a nitro compound over here. It will result in the formation of nitro compound. The reason being again same over here, because potassium nitrite is an ionic compound. So nitrites are formed, whereas silver AgNO2 is a covalent compound. So nitro compounds are formed. The C over here, nitrite, it may attack through O, it may attack through N. But in the nitro compound, the attack may occur through N over here, because it was a predominantly a covalent compound over here. So what will be the product form when alkyl halide react with KNO2? Alkyl nitrite. That will be RON-O. As for example, if I say this reaction, that we take ethyl chloride, and ethyl chloride is made to react with potassium nitrite. So what will be the product form over here? It will be C2H5ONO. That is ethyl nitrite. And when ethyl chloride is made to react with AgNO2, just see, instead of R, what I am taking over here? Ethyl group. So what will be the product form over here? It will be C2H5, and then NO2 group will be formed over here. So it will result in the formation of a nitroethane. It is ethyl nitrite. Why? Because KNO2 is an ionic compound and AgNO2 is predominantly a covalent compound. So see over here, from alkyl halide, we may prepare alcohol, we may prepare ether, we may prepare thioalcohol, we may prepare cyanides, we may prepare isocyanates, we may prepare the nitrite compound, we may prepare the nitro compound. What is the mechanism of all this reaction? It follows nucleophilic substitution reaction. Now look at the syllabus part. The first chapter is haloalkanes, haloarenes. Second is alcohol, phenol, ether. So alcohol and ether preparation is done. Next is aldehyde, ketone and carboxylic acid. Next will be nitrogen containing compound. And in nitrogen containing compounds, we have in the syllabus amines, cyanides and isocyanates. Cyanides and isocyanates preparation from alkyl halide has already been discussed. Now how the amines are formed from alkyl halide? When alkyl halide react with ammonia, and this over here will be alcoholic ammonia. What do we mean by alcoholic ammonia? Ammonia dissolved in alcohol, and the common alcohol will be ethyl alcohol. Now if alkyl halide react with ammonia, it will result in the formation of RNH2, which will be primary amine. Just see over here, how are the primary amines represented? RNH2. Now, if we take axis of alkyl halide, just see, if we take axis of alkyl halide, so what will happen? Second molecule of alkyl halide will react with ammonia, and it will result in the formation of secondary amines. How are secondary amines represented? R2NH. So, RNH2, what is this? This will be 1 degree amine. R2NH, what is this? This is 2 degree amine. And then further, the 2 degree amine again react with axis of alkyl halide. It will result in the formation of a 3 degree amines. 3 degree amines when again react with alkyl halide, it will result in the formation of a quaternary ammonium salt. And this reaction is also known as a Hofmann's ammonolysis reaction, which has been asked in the board examination. So alkyl halide, when made to react with ammonia, it will result in the formation of a mixture of 1 degree amine, 2 degree amine, 3 degree amine and a quaternary ammonium salt. And what do we call this reaction? It is called as a Hofmann's ammonolysis reaction. So see over here, from alkyl halide, the amines can also be prepared. And in our syllabus, we have to discuss 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree amines. So all the 3 types of amines can be prepared by this method. Now, one more reaction, that is the preparation of esters. If alkyl halide, just understand this reaction over here. If alkyl halide is made to react with silver salt of carboxylic acid, that is a fatty acid, what will happen over here? This COOR negative, RCO negative, this will act as a nucleophile and will substitute this X bond over here and will result in the formation of ester. So what will be the product obtained over here? It will be RCOOR. So it will result in the formation of a ester molecule, and silver halide will be given out over here. So alkyl halide can be converted into esters by reacting with the silver salt of a fatty acid over here. By reacting with silver salt of fatty acid. So from a single compound, just try to understand the research work done to frame this syllabus. What is the research work? The entire syllabus is based on either free radical substitution reaction or electrophilic addition reaction, free radical addition reaction or electrophilic substitution reaction or the nucleophilic substitution reaction, nucleophilic addition reaction, which we will be discussing later on, oxidation reaction, reduction reaction and the rearrangement reaction. Now, how does this reaction take place? As I already told you, the RX bond will be cleaved and what will be the reactivity order? Alkyl iodide will be more reactive as compared to alkyl bromide as compared to alkyl chloride. And a nucleophile will substitute over here to result in the formation of a nucleophilic substitution reaction. Nucleophilic substitution reaction is a quality concept. To understand it very, very thoroughly, we need to enhance the conceptual level of this topic, which will be discussed with you in the further discussion of the chapter. In our future lectures, we'll be definitely coming to the conceptual part, what type of a product will be obtained. As of now, you remember in this lecture over here that nucleophilic substitution reaction, strong nucleophile substitutes the weaker nucleophile. What will be the reaction intermediate in the nucleophilic substitution reaction? That will be discussed in the future part of this chapter over here. Nucleophilic substitution reaction are of two types, either SN1 or SN2, although it can be for many kinds like SN1 dash prime, SN2 dash prime and so on. But for the class 12, you have to do SN1 and the SN2 reaction. So even in our next lecture, we will be discussing that. By that time, you remember, all these are nucleophilic substitution reaction. It can form alcohol, ethers, thioalcohol, cyanides and isocyanate. Why with KCN cyanide? Because KCN was an ionic compound and carbon-carbon bond was a stronger bond as compared to nitrogen. Why with AgCN isocyanide compound? Because AgCN is predominantly covalent and attack may take place only through nitrogen. With KNO2, which is ionic, the product will be alkyl nitride. With AgNO2, the product will be nitroalkane. With ammonia, mixture of 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree amines will take place. And when made to react with silver salt of fatty acid, it will result in the formation of esters. Go through it, see the video again and again to understand the concept. We will definitely come and discuss with you the conceptual part of the nucleophilic substitution reaction. Don't miss your lectures. Keep revising, keep watching the videos again and again to go through, to understand the concept of this chapter. Thank you.